Hello YouTube, this is Never Sleep Again TV. As you can see, I'm currently holding up my DVD copy of the Jeepers Creepers double feature. And the reason why I decided to bring this today is because we have a very obviously controversial topic. Well, you recently heard that the Jeepers Creepers 3 and 4 was announced, right?
Of course.
At least 3 is definitely happening,
right,
as we know. Alright, well, the whole issue that we're going to discuss is the director, Victor Salva. I know a lot of you horror fans on YouTube already know about this, but I got a story about the director that I actually didn't even know until probably 2 years ago. And I only figured this out because of, the Lehigh Valley horror community, which is like a local horror club that we have around here. But anyways, so the Victor Salva, he created Jeepers Creepers, 1 and 2. When those movies came out, you and me obviously were kids, and I fucking loved them. I was like, wow, because, I was rough on movies that were current when I was a kid.
Right.
Because I grew up with the old shit. But I was like, wow, a new fucking monster. It's fucking cool. The movies rock. What did you think about Jeepers Creepers when they came out at the time?
I would say, unfortunate enough to watch the second one first. Yeah.
That's interesting, because you see him tonguing the bus windows.
Nah, not that I have a problem with the second one.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a little silly compared to the first.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate the first movie more. But yeah, so I kind of watched them in reverse, but I definitely loved them when I watched them.
Right. Well, I mean, of course, so generally we are fans of Jeepers Creepers, and naturally, when I heard about the new movies, especially the fact that there was 2 sequels, because I'm a sequel junkie, I was excited. And then I got a little enlightened, let's say. So what happened was, there was someone on our Lehigh Valley horror community Facebook page, and they posted about this movie called Clown House. Some of the members on the Facebook page saw the movie. I never saw it or heard of it.
Yeah, me either.
But, it turned out Victor Salva made this movie in the 80s, I guess. Well, here's where it takes a dark turn. And I'm going to read this right off of the fucking wiki for you guys, okay? In 1988, Salva was convicted of sexual misconduct with one of Clown House's underage stars, a 12-year-old boy, including videotaping one of the encounters. So it said they found child porn at his home. He admitted to oral sex and obviously, sexual misconduct with a minor. And he was sentenced to 3 years in state prison, of which he served 15 months. So, turns out the director of Jeepers Creepers is a child molester. And like I said, I had no fucking idea until probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. Alright, so now that we got this out of the way... Oh yeah, by the way, I did hear that the boy in Clown House had a very good, convincing role of being terrified. Because apparently he was. Because he had to fucking work with that molester.
Yeah, no kidding.
Alright, so this led up to everyone saying, every copy of Clown House should be burned. No one should watch this. You shouldn't buy it because you're supporting this. So this led to another conversation. When someone, who's a prestigious celebrity in Hollywood, when someone commits an act of violence or sexual violence or child molestation, is it morally wrong to support their art and their works and their movies?
Right.
That's the general topic. So some people are saying I am not going to support Jeepers Creepers 3 and 4 because, I don't want to support this child molester.
Right.
Obviously, I fucking understand that. But personally, like I said, I saw Jeepers Creepers being totally ignorant to all of that information. Right. So, of course, I still want to see the fucking movie. But I'm also torn because I know I'm going to be giving money to the director. What's your personal opinion on that?
It's so hard to really have an opinion on it. I mean, how many years have we honestly been waiting for a sequel finally to come out to this movie? And like you said, we had no backstory going into that, but now that is it enough to keep you from going, or are we going to go see this movie, but there's going to be a little sour taste in our mouths the whole time?
Yeah, like some guilt.
A little bit, yeah.
And I mean, besides from Salva, this also goes on to other celebrities like Bill Cosby. You grew up watching the Bill Cosby show. Should you now forget about all those good episodes you enjoyed? Should you throw away all your Bill Cosby merchandise? Right. You know what I mean? So the debate comes down to, do you separate the art from the artist and continue to enjoy the art that they did do and say, you know, I don't appreciate the artist, I don't support them, but I still like what they've done?
Right.
Or do you say, no, you can't separate the art and the artist. They are one thing. If you support the art, you're supporting the artist. So, I mean, do you really have a stance whether you should do the right thing, supposedly, and say fuck everything they ever did, or do you just not support their current projects?
Right. It's so hard, man. Like, I definitely understand someone who's just like, fuck that, like, completely blacklist, like, could completely, like, you can't support the art from the artist, like, what they do, especially because when it comes to movies and things of that nature, now we're talking about financial support.
Yeah.
Like, so now you're putting money in this guy's pocket after what he's done. Like, so I definitely get that, but then there's, like, the nerd side of me that's like, but I really want to see this fucking movie.
I mean, it almost would have been an easier decision if it was Jeepers Creepers 3 and 4, directed by anyone else.
Right.
But, of course, you know, when I had to make sure it was, in fact, being directed by Victor Salva, I was like, now this is going to be a big moral dilemma.
Right.
But, like I said, this has been a topic locally. It's been a topic between me and Steve. So, really, we want to know your thoughts. So, horror fans of YouTube, should we support Jeepers Creepers 3 and 4? It's obvious we wanted to see it. We want to see the story, but is it wrong? So just give us your thoughts. Obviously, we're going to read your comments, and I genuinely want to know. I want to know what the general horror community thinks about this. So I guess that's going to wrap it up for this video. And Kurious Cyclopes
Steve.
And thank you for watching Never Sleep Again TV. Until next time.